ropes. What is up, people? We are in the house for live stream number 2, and now I've got the microphone actually turned on. I tell you what, it's gonna take a while to get used to this, so bear with me as I learn the ropes. It's gonna get better each time. What is up, people? We have a nice little gang of folks in the house. Type 1 if you can hear me and if the volume is good. Looks like we got 40 concurrent viewers. Likes are coming in strong at 23. Thank you, Mara. Thank you, Caroline, for keeping the peace tonight and watching for the goofballs in the comments. I see John Q up in the house. Who else we got up in here? Oh man, we got a nice gang. Chuck D's, Sweet Jesse, Big Daddy Scott. Yay! Holy mackerel, Carrie Care, Karen Jackson. Yay! Everybody's up in the house. The Critical Smoker, what's up, man? Yay! In the house. Yeah, we got a nice little gang here. Let me tell you what we are going to cover today in this live stream. We are going to first talk about, I'm going to give you a few announcements, talk about new members, and then I got to figure out turning off the ads because I want you all to let me know if ads are interrupting your live stream because I don't intend on having that on. But first topic of discussion is going to be the Lori Lightfoot debate. It's still going on, and I got to show you some of these comments. You would think that we squashed this, but it won't stop. And I just did that last video just as a quick little clarification, thinking it'd get a few hundred views. And guess what? It's over 15,000 views. It's double the views of the original video that it was supposed to be clarifying for. Wow. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to go over the poll for the Monday meeting prediction. Yay! Yes, sirree, because the popcorn is going to be in critical supply as we approach that Monday meeting. And then we're going to talk about the Delgaldo situation. There's a few things that I'd like to get your input on. And that should wrap it up. We'll probably hang out here for about a good half hour, 45 minutes. What is up? Bill Mack is in the house. Yay! I see you, my brother. Hello there, Lady Diva. Love for Kells. So we're going to have a good old time. So let's just begin here. I'm going to jump over to the desktop view. Nurse Petty, welcome. Oh my goodness, we have a new supporter. Thank you so very much, Nurse Petty. Welcome. I super appreciate you and glad to have you here. So let's jump on over here to the, let's see, let me go down here to the good old desktop, do the switcherooski. There we go. Do y'all see the desktop there? Now I can jump in here and talk about members and whatnot. Okay, so as of yesterday, because I did not update this right before we got on this live stream, but as of yesterday, we have 6 supporters of the channel, or 5 supporters and 1 member. Okay, check this out. Here is the list, and I wanted to announce the fact that I had to correct myself because John Luna is officially the first, breaking history, man, the first subscriber to the Go Political channel. The first. He made history. And then we've got William Newell. We've got Caroline helping me out. Hello, Caroline. We got Mara Gabriella, the amazing Mara. Then we have my homeboy Reality Check TV. Yay! From my homeland. Shout out to the South Side, Chi-Town, and the lovely Jay Jones. So those are the new members, and we might have more, guys. We might have more. I'm gonna have to check back and see before we end the stream and see if we've got some new folks in here. So let's just jump into this first topic, guys, because we gotta talk about the whole Lori Lightfoot thing. It's just so ridiculous. Panding Panda says, you're growing so fast. Been here at 300 plus. Wow, that's true. I remember that. And you're right. It's blowing my mind. I guess as soon as I jumped on the Dalton subject, well, I did that from the beginning, so I don't know what it was, but it just happened overnight. Took me by surprise. I'm telling you what, I was very surprised by it, but in a span of 30 days, we've added over 4,000 subs, and that's because of you guys. I think y'all have been spreading the word. Y'all have been promoting the channel. You guys have been coming through in the comments, and it is beating up that YouTube algorithm and letting them know that we are here, the Go Political Gang. This community is here. So it's not just my doing, it's your doing. And I thank you guys for that. And you should be proud to be a part of something that is brand new, that you caused to run up the ranks so fast. You guys did that. Oh, snap. We got Bill Mack. Yay! Has just become the next Go Political supporter. Thank you so very much. Let's give a round of applause to my homeboy, Bill Mack, all up in the house in the membership group. Thank you so very much. And I'm going to earn that support by providing you with top content, my brother. Okay. So on to the Lori Lightfoot thing. All right. The crazy thing is, I keep thinking that we've got it all covered, that we answered all of the questions and the debate. We made some things clear because I left out a few critical points, but then the same comments keep coming up and it's driving me up the wall. And so that's why I did that response video. And guess what? After the clarification response video, the same comments are coming up. And I'm like, what is going on? This is just absolutely insane. So let me get to the video. Let's see if I can get to the video here. Here's the video. This is the response to the response. Money, so hit the pause there. Now we got a video of me and a video of me embedded at the same time. So 345 comments, right? And let me just zip on down and show you some of the crazier things that were said. And I had to save one because I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. There's one in here that I need to discuss. You know, every now and then somebody's got to cross the line. And you got to kind of correct people when they cross the line. So let me jump in here and just show you what this person said and why it was crossing the line. I had to take a deep breath in and release and relax myself, okay? Because as I told you last time, I'm working on not getting triggered and not responding to trolls and, throwing gasoline on the fire. And it's tough because sometimes when you're a live streamer, YouTuber, you'll get people that, say crazy things. So I've got this one comment. You can't see it on your screen, but I'm reading it. And it was by this person, Real Griot, Griot. And this person had the nerve to say to me, what's amazing is that you people are so gullible and are still surprised at the antics of this woman, Tiffany Henyard. It's no surprise whatsoever that she hired the lawyer for her own personal use. It's like saying you're surprised that the bully took your lunch money again. Okay, now let me ask you a question, and I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to look in the comments so I can see what you guys are saying. What part of that, of what I just read, what part of that was inappropriate? Whoa! Check it out, people. Let me hit the pause because we've got a 20 bomb drop by Kimberly Hunt, who has just become the new, let me see here. Hold on a second. I've got to make an adjustment here. Hold, please, because we've got to give this woman her flowers. There we go. Okay. Kimberly Hunt has become the new... Where's the volume? That is really odd. Okay, hang on. I have to do this right. Hold, please. One moment, please, because this has to be done right. So I want you to type in the comments while I'm looking for this file here so I can give this person her flowers. I want you to tell me what was wrong with that comment and why why would I be triggered? And so then as I'm digging in here for my intros and my logos, there's a little section in here where I keep this music. I want you to tell me what you think was wrong about that. So let's see here. Yeah, don't misgender this time. Yeah, Matt, I was getting it wrong terribly last time, was I not? Holy smokes. Who can guess? Nobody has said it yet. Did you all hear the comment? I want you to tell me what the problem was with that comment. As I'm looking for this, I cannot believe that. Where did I put it? I'm looking for this because this is going to be the new thing. Okay, here, I found it. All right. Now, before you all tell me, and I'm going to read it again, I'm going to give you another chance to tell me why this needed to be said in a different way. But getting back to the topic at hand, I would like to announce to you the new Stream Queen, Kimberly Hunt. Everyone, please pay your respects and bow to our great queen, Miss Kimberly Hunt. Yes, thank you very much, Kimberly. Now, could you hear the Hail to the Queen, Stream Queen song? Type a 1 if you heard that, because I want to make sure that Kimberly got her credit that is due for being the Stream Queen. Now, let's check down here and see if you guys could type a 1. If you heard the music in honor, John Q, thank you very much. Okay, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to that comment, guys. I'm going to go back to the comment. Here I go. I'm going to read this comment again. I want you to tell me. I see a lot of ones there. That's very, very good. Thank you very much. Listen to this comment. It's no surprise. Oh, wait. Let me go back to the beginning. What's amazing is that you people are so gullible and still surprised at the antics of this woman, Tiffany Hennard. Now, I want to ask you, what is it about that sentence that would get an African-American black person like myself triggered? What was wrong with that statement? Who can tell me? Who can tell me why that sentence needed to be reworded and why I would get seriously triggered by this person, REELGRIOT? And if you look in the comments, you can find that person. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Round of applause. Let's see. Here we go. Round of applause for Lady Diva Love for Kels. Yeah, it's the you people. I'm okay with people that have various backgrounds, and some people don't mean to be racially sensitive. But, where I grew up with, after I moved from Chicago to Holt Summit, the phrase you people or your people is usually used by folks who are meaning something in a very demeaning and kind of a racially insensitive way. Okay. And so when you see that in the comment section, it makes you jump to conclusions. All right. Because it triggers a bias that I have that was formed at a very young age. So when I see something like that, I might pop off and I might drop the bomb on your head. Okay, so when you say stuff like that, okay, don't complain when I drop the bomb. I might flame you. And maybe this person didn't mean it, so I held back. But if they were meaning it in that way, they're going to get flamed. Okay, so let's get back to the comment section. And let me tell you about some of the arguments that you would think are dead, and they keep coming back up to the surface. All right, let's see here. Let me scrolly. One thing that I keep on seeing repeated is where people say Lori Lightfoot has no power and she can't drop a subpoena. So what's the sense? And then we are also seeing the same comment. Why don't they just hire a private investigator for $50 an hour? We hit that. Another comment that we see repeating, $400 an hour is too much. And so I came back and I was telling more stories about how, I charge $200 an hour to do engineering consulting or more. Sometimes I charge $1,500 an hour to solve a major problem that could cost a company millions of dollars. And it's taken me 30 years and a lot of studying and experience and actual, knowing who to talk to and what to do and a lot of technical stuff to be able to charge that. But it's a stop, drop, and roll thing where I have to press pause on everything going on in my life. And when that happens and it falls within this one area of my experience, that's why it's worth that and is a good deal. As I scroll through here, though, the one thing that I can say that I guess people don't get. Whenever you get into a nasty situation, let's say you get a DWI and you go to court, are you going to represent yourself? Let's say you got hurt on the job. You got hurt on the job and it was an OSHA violation. Are you going to represent yourself? Or I got a buddy who got injured on the job. It got put on FMLA. And so then the state basically comes back and says, what's the recommendation from the doctor after he tore his complete Achilles heel? And they said, well, we think that he's going to be at only 10% of impairment. Now, if that means if it ever tore in the future, then the state would be off the hook after so many years. He had to get an attorney to represent him. So whenever you get into any type of serious situation, you have representation of an attorney. Now let's look at the Dalton situation. How many times worse is the Dalton situation than a workplace injury? Huh? How many times worse is the Dalton situation than, say, a speeding ticket or a DWI, where people take an attorney with them into the courtroom, right? Right? But these people in the comments are saying that they should not spend money on an attorney at $400 an hour. You can't go into a situation like this without representation of an attorney. But no, everybody wants to say, well, she can't drop an indictment. She can't throw anybody in jail. That doesn't mean that you can just waltz into this without the representation of a certified bar attorney. Type 1 in the comments if you understand that clear point. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Lori is moving things along. That's what Sherry Hatcher Britton says. To me, it seems rather obvious, hideously obvious, that things are getting moved on. And how is it that someone had posted in here that Lori Lightfoot ain't gonna do nothing but just take their money and that's it because she can't do anything? And I'm like, genius, do you really think that Lori is just gonna charge them $30,000, produce nothing, and walk? Are you completely serious? I think what is going on here is that people have preconceived notions and there's a strong bias. All right. Now, I've told you many times, I'm not a fan of the Democratic Party, especially the Democrats in the Chicago area. I think that they are no good. And it's a bastion of corruption, right? And I did not agree with the majority of what Lori Lightfoot did while mayor. But people saying that she was corrupt, I don't know. Taking advantage of the police force to guard your neighborhood during the riots, that's abuse of privilege. But she wasn't stealing money. Can anybody show evidence that Lori Lightfoot was stealing money to buy personal items? Somebody even posted, yeah, she's probably getting her hair done. Genius. Have you seen Lori Lightfoot's hair? You really think that she's going to be taking that Dalton money and getting her hair done? I mean, her hairline is like right here. Okay, it's on top of her head. There ain't nothing much that she can do with that. But you're saying that she's going to take their money and go get her hair done or buy clothes. And with that raggedy suit that she had on, yeah, we'll just leave that alone. But like I said, it's preconceived notions and people have biases. All right. I'm a little bit more open to looking at things in this situation because, all right, so Lori Lightfoot is a black person. So from my bias. We live within the black on black code. I'm going to give a black person a chance. And then there's another bias I have. My wife went to high school with Lori Lightfoot. Okay. She didn't like her. She was a couple years older, but she said that, Lori comes from a very well-to-do family and they were very well-respected people. So I kind of have that bias that she's from my wife's hometown and that I would give her the benefit of the doubt and assume that she's not stealing or going to walk away with the people of Dalton's money. Okay. As a matter of fact, I think one of Lori's family members subscribed to the channel. What is up? We got Leo James up in the house. Yay! My man. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I'm glad to have you here. Chuck D's chick says that she looks like Beetlejuice. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Lori ain't looking like a prom queen these days. She definitely is not. So she's not too worried about that. Sassy Experience says, unfortunately, you're trying to make a cogent and logical point with not just who don't understand, but mainly those who don't want to understand. And that is true. You made a very good point there, Sassy. I would have to agree with that. Sherry says, I know that she has already gotten plenty of FOIA'd information that nobody else could. And that's another thing. The people who disagree, and it's okay, and it's all right, I understand, but the people who say, well, she ain't gonna do nothing, and Lori Lightfoot ain't gonna make a hill of beans difference. You can't tell me that she ain't gonna make any impact at all. Like, this is just a complete waste of time, of money. This former mayor, former federal prosecutor, who is an attorney, for God's sake, and you have to have an attorney in this situation. You're just going to sit there and tell me that it's a complete and total waste of money. Something else that people are saying is that they can't afford the price. And you even have people typing in there saying, well, if she works at this rate, it's going to cost $64,000 a month and $720,000 a year. There's a cap on it. There's a $30,000 cap. And if you're paying attention, what is happening is the trustees will allow her to work up into that spending cap, at which point they will review the work and decide if it's beneficiary to move on with her, which they probably will. You know what? The city still has revenue. They still are collecting taxes. It's not like there's a bank account that's $7 million in the hole. Those are debts. It doesn't mean their bank account's in the red. So they still have money coming in. If you'll remember, they had that accounting firm that was charging $30,000 a month and not doing any work. Okay, but they were paying that. There's still a lot of other bills that the city is paying. Okay, so $30,000 is like us going to McDonald's in the drive-thru. All right. There are many, many other things that they are still able to continue on with and keep their obligations. Let's see here. Mara says that Tiffany is making taxpayers pay for her personal stylist. Exactly. And the beauty salon visits, the wigs. Oh my gosh, she's getting her wigs, y'all. She's getting her wigs. What do you think she's going to look like when she goes to jail and does not get to purchase any more wigs? I'd love to see. I think she's going to look worse than the mugshot because it looked like she was using that car stereo theft money to pay for getting her hair did, because her hair was done pretty nice, in that video. Let's see, what else did we have? They got a better deal with Lori than Tiffany did on the towel. Yeah, they did. Okay, so Tiffany has run the bill up with Delgaldo to $900,000, but people are criticizing the trustees for hiring Lori Lightfoot at $30,000. And so I get it. I understand. People hate Lori Lightfoot with a passion, and she was an awful mayor. I understand that. Okay, I'm okay with you. I want you to breathe. For those of you that are in the comments that really are disgusted and upset. I even had somebody comment. Let me go to my video. I got to tell you this one comment, and I'm pretty sure it was tongue in cheek, and it was funny. I know he was joking.
What's up, gang? Quick.
So when I posted that little update there, the funniest message, and I told him I'd have to read this on the live stream. Where did it go? Oh, dang it. Is it gone? No way. It's gone. Well, anyway, he said that he voted no on the live stream or any further videos until I pull my head out of my rear end or something on this Lori Lightfoot thing. So I guess he deleted the comment. I'm sure he was just kidding, but you can post it back again, whoever that happened to be. I don't know who that was, but I thought it was funny. I can handle a joke every now and then. All right, now let's go to the other side. Let's get to some disagreement here. Let's go to, here we go. Dwayne Mansell says, in all caps, I still disagree. The subpoenas hitting and the investigation moving forward have nothing to do with Lori. Okay, so maybe so. I tell you what, I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but I would still tell you that the village of Dalton and the trustees cannot. It's not an option. Do you guys understand that? It's not an option for them to just blindly go through this with no legal representation. You can't wade into these waters without an attorney present. You can't. You cannot. If there are some attorneys in the house, I want you to chime in and back me up on this. I'm an engineer, not an attorney. However, I dig legal things, and I have lots of attorney friends. My good frat brother, Brian, who went to Mizzou with me, is a judge. He is a good and honorable judge in the city of Kansas City. And I have several frat brothers that are attorneys. We've got the Smith brothers, Amos Smith and Melvin Smith of Atlanta, Georgia, and St. Louis. We've got my great friend, Sean Guess, who resides in St. Louis, who's a former attorney and is thinking about getting back into law practice to help me with some of my businesses. And because of that, I study a lot of law. I'm going to have my personal attorney come on to speak as an authority. Okay, she is the prosecutor of Jefferson City, Missouri, the Honorable Galen Rich Carver. She's already agreed to come on because she's going to be speaking as an authority to take the opposite point of view on a topic that I want to speak on, which is this whole voter fraud thing and voter suppression thing. And she changed my mind on some stuff because she has experience. I thought I knew it all, but she schooled me. I had her doing some paperwork for me here recently. I had to get some power of attorney papers done for my mom, who's 87 years old. And I got to talking with Galen, who I've known since she was 4 years old. Okay, I was 6. She's 2 years younger than me. We grew up together. And Galen said that she would love to come on the show. So type Gay, G-A-Y, that's short for Galen. If you would love to see the Honorable Galen Rich Carver come on to the Go Political channel and speak as an authority, type gay. Let me know right there. Okay, let's continue on here. I'm trying to scroll down. I hope I didn't hit the mute button or something crazy. And again, I'm glad. Thank you. What was your name? I forgot your name already. What was the name of the person that I just, whoever it was that, okay, Dwayne. Thank you, Dwayne, for disagreeing, because we have to have both sides of arguments so we can learn together. And I appreciate you, sir, for speaking up with your voice of dissent. Sherry says, yes, Tiffany will have to turn over the finances soon. I believe she will be picked up soon. I do too. There's people in the comments that are saying she's never going to spend a day in jail. Ain't going to happen, guys. All you need to do is go watch the amazing De La Creme De La and the video that she did on Kwame Kilpatrick, and that will put it to rest. As a matter of fact, Caroline's last video that she did, which I'm going to post the link to her channel, she was covering that. By the way, I'm going to be mentoring Caroline with her new YouTube channel. She's just getting started, and we're going to help her rise up through the ranks. So I want you guys to go and drop a sub and a like on Caroline and encourage her. Okay, encourage her. She needs encouragement and the support I would love for you to share some of the support that you give me with Caroline. Thank you very much. All right. So, have they reviewed and compared the exorbitant rates and fees that Delgaldo charged the village and township to only Rep City Girl? I don't know. You can't get a $50 rent-a-cop to fight that. No, you can't. That is very true. Does anyone here have any idea how long the grand jury process takes? It's going to take a while, Dwayne. I think it's definitely going to take a while. This could string on for a year or so. And as reference, one thing I'm good at, and again, I'm an engineer, I'm not an attorney, but I had a situation once with my first business. I own a lot of businesses. I had a body shop, I had an auto repair shop, and I owned a retail tool store. And when the economy sunk in 2008, I had to sell my land and put it up to pay for, being behind on my bills. And so I was so broke that I had to represent myself in court because as soon as I sold my land, the bank took all of the proceeds because they were under federal receivership, and I didn't know that. And so I was left with no money, and the bank took all the proceeds from the sale of my land. And then the guy that bought my land, I didn't have the money for him. He sued me. And for 8 months straight, I had to appear in court, and I had to represent myself. And that's when I got into law. I dug in, and I proved that he took possession of my property illegally. He did not go through the proper eviction process, but since he was a friend of the judge gave him possession illegally. And so I appealed, I got the appeal, and then I drug it out long enough that during the appeal, I had to file bankruptcy. And then when we got before the judge again, it got thrown out. And so through that process, I had some of my friends who were attorneys that were there in the courtroom in Callaway County. And they told me, Carlton, you need to go get a law degree. You would be an incredible, you would be a great trial lawyer. And I was fired up and I was about to go to law school, but then I decided not to and to get back into my engineering career. Until I got back on my feet, started my businesses, and then retired in 2019. And now I'm 100% an entrepreneur. So a little story for you there. But that's why I know a couple of things about law. I was going to go to law school and then decided against it. So let me scroll down here. Andrew Holmes was mentioned in the news the very next day after her being hired. And again, a lot of people are going to say that was coincidence. I don't think it was, guys. And so our baseline is this. Let's just make a baseline as we're trying to analyze this that everyone can agree on. Can we agree that the village of Dalton and the trustees cannot enter into this situation without an attorney representing them? Can we agree to that? If we can agree to that, type in all caps, agreed. That is the baseline statement that the Dalton trustees in Village of Dalton must have representation of an attorney. Now, if we can agree on that, I can move to step 2 and I can tell you that the $400 per hour is dirt cheap. Okay? Dirt stinking cheap. And we've already squashed that. I'm getting a lot of agrees. If you disagree, type disagree. Let me know, okay? Let me know. I want to know how many people will agree with that statement and how many do not. I'm trying to scroll back up to see if y'all type gay in the comments to see if you all would like to have my good friend come on to speak to you as an authority. She's pretty amazing. She will speak as an authority, total authority on the topic of legal representation. Okay, I see a lot of agrees here. You know what? I might have been talking so long, I might have missed you guys typing gay. So, Gabriella, did we get some gays, Miss Mara? Okay, I see a couple. Now I see it. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Okay, so 4 people would like to see my amazing prosecutorial attorney come on and speak as an authority. So we had a lot of people say agreed. That is the baseline, right? We know that they have to have, okay, there's some more. Leo James, thank you very much for voting on that. Mara, again. Yay! All right, Caroline saying hello. Yay! Leo says gay. Yay! All right, Tanya says gay. Yay! Mrs. J, gay. Yay! Thank you very much. Lil Judd says gay.
Yay!
Kiki says gay.
Yay!
Thank you. Steve Strack, gay.
Yay!
Excellent. So I'm going to get her on here. So I'm going to get her scheduled to come and make her special appearance as an official attorney that can speak on authority. By the way, as I'm drinking coffee, for those of you who would like the option, I'm on code-fi, ko-fi.com, and in the description you can click a link and you can buy me a cup of coffee. So over on Ko-fi, I donate 5% of each donation to help support their website, but the 95% comes to me for the coffee, whereas YouTube, it's a 70-30 split. But I like the fact that we have a 70-30 split on YouTube because they're providing the platform and I have to support that. So that is my little commercial for you to support the channel. And I do thank you very much for all of the donations because it cost me a lot of money to do this. All right, so let's get back to the topic. Enough of the commercials. Thank you, Tanya. I do appreciate that you like my soundboard. And you know what? For all of the people in the comments who don't like my soundboard and keep saying mean and nasty things about my laugh track, you know what I'm going to do? I'm flushing you down the toilet. You're gone. Bye-bye. And that's also for the people who keep talking bad about my logo, my background here. They don't like that. Man, I worked hard on that. And then you know what? There's another big insult that people have. I got to do a double flush because I'm flushing y'all down again. We're doing a double flush. I even get people that talk about my nose. I'm like, dang, man, why y'all got to bust on a brother's nose? Because I've got big nostrils, right? So you can see up my nose all the way to my brain. I know that. You can see the cartilage in my nose, and people say, you got boogers showing, man. I can see so far up there, you need to blow the nose and hide your boogers. Hey, whatever. I'm just exasperated. They're not boogers. I just have a big nose. You know what this nose is made for? Easily breathing. The hot, humid, moist air of Africa. That is right. This is one of my best African features. Also, my big lips. See my lips? I got big lips, y'all. I got big lips, big soup coolers, and I'm proud of that. They can cool soup like you would not believe, and those are African features, okay? So for those of you who want to dog on my nose, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to drop the bomb on you. Next time, y'all about to get busted on in the comments. If you talk about, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Mara. Read what Mara said. I sniff out. She said I'm sniffing out the BS. I love it. Thank you, Caroline. She said that I have gorgeous features. Thank you very much. So to all you nasty, nasty people who don't like my features, Caroline thinks they're gorgeous. So I'm flushing you again. I'm flushing you in all your insults. Della, oh my goodness. Della Creme, Della up in the house, y'all. Della is here, people. Oh my goodness. Della, I was talking about you earlier because I was telling them that they need to watch your video that you did on Kwame, which was absolutely amazing. Kiki says the laugh track is the best. Please never get rid of it. Thank you, Kiki. You know what? I'm 56 years old. We grew up with sitcoms and laugh tracks, and that's why I do it. Okay, that's me. Yeah, Kiefer says I can sniff out the BS in Dalton. You better believe it. So again, people, you can click on Della is in the chat, so you can click on her channel. De la creme de la. And she's the one who sings That's All I've Got at the end of every one of her shows. And she has an excellent presentation on Kwame Kilpatrick. So I want everyone to jump over and to check that out. All right. As it relates to the discussion of whether or not Tiffany is going to do jail time. I'm thinking she's going to do hella jail time. Okay. She's not getting out of this. And when you see the presentation that Della did, you're probably going to say, yeah, she's going to do jail time. Annie Hill says there's nothing wrong with your nose. Whoever's saying that have hella flaws as well. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. So nanny boo boo, you people. There's always somebody that's got to be, acting stupid and cutting up and saying insensitive things in the comments. Della, before you got here, I read a comment to everyone here. I got to read it again. This person, REELGRIOT, said, "What's amazing is that you people are so gullible and are still surprised at the antics of this woman, Tiffany Henyard." And so I was telling everybody, I asked, well, what was wrong with that statement? What was the trigger? What thing would trigger a black man? And even though I'm pretty bulletproof, I've got thick skin, and I'm not a victim of anything by any means. And I've been the target of heinous racist statements, so I can take a little bit of abuse, but we know that there are trigger phrases like you people that aren't going to work. And when you say things like that in the comments, I'm probably going to come at you and drop that bomb on your head. That is one thing that will get me going, because I've been behaving myself in the comments and trying to understand that people are allowed to disagree. And I had a great learning moment with someone the other day that I talked about on the last live stream. Oh, let's go to the next topic. Thank you, Keefus, for moving me on. We have beat this thing like a dead horse. Yeah, I think she'll look beautiful in the orange too. So let's go to the poll. I'm going to jump back to the desktop. Let's jump here to the desktop and let's get to the poll and see what the votes were, because I had 3 questions. All right. And I had everybody to vote, and it was Tiffany is going to completely act a fool, dig in her heels, and be very belligerent, or Tiffany is going to be very compliant. Yes, Della. Yeah, you people. Isn't that something? I'm telling you what, I almost manifested. And then the third one was there's not going to be a meeting. So let's go and look at the results of the poll. Let me get a drum roll. Here it is. Oops, wrong screen. That was anticlimactic. There it is. Now let's scroll up or down. Okay, I need to go back one. There we go. Here we go. And there is the poll, people. We have 26% voting. I would... I'm sorry. That's the wrong poll. That's the... That was the podcast poll. Okay, thank you for voting on that one too. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the poll results. This is amazing. Only 2% said that Tiffany will be humble and Lacey and the goons will not intervene. Only 2%. 29% said Tiffany will be belligerent and Lacey will strike down any dissent. No clapping. No clapping. All right, people, unfortunately, the meeting is now ending. We need you to leave from the back. 29%. And then we have 69% who have voted. The meeting will get canceled and Tiffany will hide out. Wow. I was kind of stuck in between Tiffany will be belligerent and the meeting will get canceled. And now I'm leaning towards the meeting is going to be canceled. So what do you guys think? What do you think? Are there some other scenarios? Going back to the Lexi, when they say you people, they might have meant the people who follow the Dalton saga. It could be. And of course, it's going to be heard by me. My biases are going to make me hear you black people. And so that's why that's not quite the right way to put that out when talking to a black person about a situation happening in a predominantly black area. So, but I'm assuming that the person didn't mean that. Betty Lewis says, love those African features. I wear mine proud. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Betty. Tell them, Betty. Tell them something. We love our African features and we ain't about to be shamed. We ain't about to be scared of somebody trying to talk bad about our African features. Thank you, Betty. Thank you very much. Let me scroll on down here. Oh my goodness. We have a new supporter, Stephen Nimley, did I welcome that? Did I say that right? Stephen, welcome to the group. Let's give him a round of applause. Stephen Nimley has earned the blue star badge for being a Go Political supporter. And thank you very much, Stephen. You are helping me as being an underwriter of the channel. As I'm trying to handle these ridiculous costs of production, and it's extreme because I have so many subscriptions to so many things, and it also is of an extreme opportunity cost because I got to get this income up to match what I'm making when I'm not doing my regular job. So thank you, Stephen. Absolutely no way Tiffany will skip the May 6th meeting when they vote on everybody's pay to be released. Ooh. Wow, Mara, how about that? Okay, Mara just dropped a bomb of a good point. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the poll and I'm going to go back to number 2. So I'm off the bandwagon and the meeting get canceled. I forgot about that because they're not going to get paid if they don't pass that vote, are they? Very, very interesting. Okay, Steve agreed with Mara. M. Marie, how do I post a super chat I tried to purchase? Can somebody help M. Marie with a super chat? I think when you look at the bottom of your screen where it says chat, there's a smiley face to add an emote, and there's a rectangle with a $sign in it that's in between the smiley face and the plus sign. So when you tap that, you will be able to support the Go Political channel with a super chat. So thank you in advance. All right. So Della says, I predict she will cause another delay and try to cancel the meeting. So Della, if she gets it delayed, what happens with the pay? What, in fact, are people getting paid, right now, or are there people that are not getting paid? Do they have some type of emergency default procedure whenever they don't have that vote for people's pay? That is something I am ignorant of. I'm not sure. And Della can probably answer that question because she has dug a lot further deeper into this than me. In fact, Della taught me how to dig. Okay, so when you see these videos with stuff that comes out from the archives, I learned that from Della. She taught me how because I am part of the Breakdown crew. That's where I cut my teeth. And I also work with Shay, listening to the late night crew. Shay is so funny. He reminds me of certain family members and friends that I grew up with. Listening to Shay's channel at hours on end while I'm working in my body shop. So this is where I get that ability. And shout out to, I wanted to give a special shout out to Burgundy for the sweet compliment she gave me on my voice today. I just thank you very much for what you said, and go look at the comments. You can see why I was so touched by what she said. All right. So, it wouldn't work. That is odd. Well, keep trying and don't give up. Lexi says, we'll see if Keith is a man or a mouse. He said he wasn't quitting. All right, what else do we have? Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that, M. Marie. Let's give her a round of applause for sticking in there and figuring it out and supporting the Go Political channel, which, was it Kimberly? Is that your name? Our stream queen? Let me scroll way back up here to make sure that I have that right, that I'm remembering it right. Let's see. For those of you who were not here when the crowning ceremony took place, our queen is Kimberly, I think. And see, I'm still learning, guys, because I don't know how I can review all of the super thanks, super chats, stickers, and new members. I don't even see it on here. There's M. Marie. I see your super sticker that showed up, but I cannot find, I can't find the donation of $20. What is up? John G is in the house. John G. Yay! Thank you very much. Advocacy CIU. Yay! Is in the house. And let me tell you what, let's give a round of applause to Advocacy CIU because he has donated by purchasing me a cup of coffee. As a matter of fact, Advocacy CIU was the first cup of coffee ever bought for the Go Political channel. Oh! Yes, sir. The first one. Advocacy, thank you very much. Let's see. Brian Donovan says, I wonder is she will be quiet or cause as much chaos as she can. Now, she causes chaos because it's a diversionary tactic. And I've got a video I'm working on where I'm going to explain why a lot of people are not understanding how she works, because when we respond with videos and we're shocked and disgusted and talk about how she lied about this and lied about that, we're not understanding something, okay? And I'm going to shoot a video and I'm going to draw a comparison between Tiffany Hindered and a virus, a computer virus. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, we're going to have to get out the royal fanfare. I want you guys to all bow and honor Advocacy CIU for being the first person to gift memberships to the Go Political channel. Let's give him a big fat round of applause. And if you were gifted a membership by Advocacy CIU, I want you to type thank you and God bless in the comments. That was marvelous. Thank you so very, very much for that gift and for allowing 5 people to become members in the group. Woo! Man, that is just so exciting. Okay. And by the way, Advocacy, the recent videos of the harassment of Jedediah, one thing I'm going to do, because it's hard to break news. I've had a couple news breaking stories, but it's hard to be a newsbreaker. But I want to do a video and give my opinion as it relates to the harassment going on to Jedediah, which I find disgusting, but I'm going to have to give flowers to Jedediah for what he has done. Yeah. You can't, wow. You can't say that this man hasn't done some amazing things. Hang on a second. We got to give a round of applause to my brother Leo James. My brother Leo James has just joined as a supporter. I welcome you to the group. Thank you very much. You are now an official underwriter of this channel and all of its efforts. Leo James, thank you, my brother. Okay, so anyway, Advocacy group, please let Jedediah know that I'm very amazed, and I would love to have Jedediah come on as a special guest to the show and do a little Q&A. My show is rated G. You might pass that on. But I want to have him come on. I'd love to have him as a guest. So please pass that on for me if you would. Wow. And here is Advocacy CIU saying, being humble, saying no and thanking me. What a guy. What a person. All right. So we posted that in our group for Jed. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So it looked like Tiffany Tahoe to me. Yeah, she was in that car. Absolutely. That was just shocking. That was completely, just absolutely shocking. We got a 5-bomb. A 5-bomb dropped by Lady For Real. Yay! Thank you very much, Lady For Real, for dropping that 5-bomb. And she says you're doing a great job on the 100 with the hands up, the hand clap, and the strong man sign. Thank you very much, Lady For Real. I'm telling you what, I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead on. I'm going to throw a thumbs up all up on it. All up on it. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Corbin Dallas says this story outdoes itself, and it does. It is just absolutely crazy. Now, again, going back to Tiffany Barbie, your reaction on the second tree scam video when you were showing Hannibal's video of when she was a trustee was so funny. You got a new subscriber. Well, I am glad that you found that entertaining. Yay! And I'm very glad that you subscribed. Woo! I do appreciate that. Glad I saw that. Let's see. Thank you, Caroline, for reminding everyone to hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate that. And you know what's amazing is we have 279 concurrent viewers. Why did I just do a drum roll? That didn't even match. I meant to do something. I guess I wanted to do the win fanfare. We have 277 concurrent viewers. Okay, that fits a lot better. All right, back to the discussion. Great discussion. Fantastic people in this group. Some of the best people around the entire world. You won't find a better group of people than in the Go Political group. Right here, simply the best, only the best. All right. Tony says, I was on pins and needles watching that. So was I. I think that, okay, you want to talk about a credible threat that fat turd Lacey was talking about in that one meeting about credible threats. Now we have a credible threat with him doing that in the courtroom and it was witnessed. Oh, that's just disgusting. It's so disgusting. Yes, Mara's telling y'all, hit that like button. Hit the like button. Oh, fantastic. Della got gifted a membership. Sweet. Thank you, Advocacy, for gifting one to Della, because I owe her a lot, because I've learned a lot from her and she's helped promote my channel and helped me. I mean, I've got to give flowers to Della and Shay and Burgundy and also Charmaine, Shalene. Why can't I say her name? Just because I'm thinking of it. Do you guys know who I'm trying to say? Shalon. Charlemagne. I don't know. I can't say it. Somebody type in the comments who I'm talking. Whoa, hold on a second, y'all. We got a $9.90 bomb. Thank you for the 10 bomb. I do appreciate that. Let's give a round of applause for M. Marie, because not only did M. Marie give a super sticker, she figured out how to get that super chat done and dropped a 10 bomb on our heads. Thank you so much, M. Marie, for supporting the channel. Okay, so getting back to Advocacy, said, I sent that clip of you asking Jed. Oh, thank you. Excellent. Excellent. All right. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Mira, it was absolutely absurd watching that. Man, I mean, it does scare me. And why are they not shutting that situation down? Dude, why would I ever block you? I ain't never going to block you. You're my man, brother. He said, I would ask that you never block me. I am my own team that helped many creators. Thank you for all you do. Absolutely. And thank you too. Oh, Shawan, thank you, Tony. You know what? When you get 56 years old and you're doing two things at once, or you're on a live stream, you'll be thinking something, you can't talk. Okay, thank you, Della, for the email. I will check my email. Thank you. Shawan is the other one that I really enjoy, and I would like someone to tell her, if you subscribe to her, to read my messages, because I keep trying to find out what kind of engineer she is, because I'm proud of this young black woman who is an engineer, because I'm an engineer. And I'm so curious about her engineering career, and I'm proud of what she does. I really do like the work that she does. Even though we disagree on the Lori Lightfoot thing, she's one of those that falls in that camp that doesn't think it was worth it to have her. All right. Advocacy. Oh my goodness. This is just incredible. Advocacy group has gifted another 5 people with Go Political memberships for a 1-month membership to the channel. We bow and give respect to Advocacy. CIU. Thank you so much. Wow, this is amazing. It's a giving marathon. Guys, if you just got gifted a membership from Advocacy CIU, please type thank you and God bless in the comments. Wow, you have made a major difference. Okay, Tiffany Barbie says, I'm in the second camp. FBI was already investigating, but Lori made some calls, I think. But said you really got to get over here. Yeah, probably so. That's true. Now, do y'all have any other scenarios that you think of what is going to happen on Monday? Brian Donovan, Critical Smoker, says, thank you, homie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give them thanks, man. That is great. Glad you were on the on the receiving end of that. Brian Donovan says, I like Jedediah called there a bluff. Yes. What did they think he was going to do? Did they try to pull him over? Well, they were just kind of antagonizing him. They didn't pull him over, but they just followed him and, were trying to intimidate. And yes, they were not in the city of Dalton proper when they were doing that, which to me, and what Lacey did in the courtroom, that was enough to me that should be considered a credible threat and that you should have action taken, because I think that's a threat on a person's life. Thank you very much, Lexi Shea. Thank you very much. And also tell her that I'm an environmental civil engineer. So it's kind of neat that she's doing that work up in Michigan on the where the water is bad. I can't think of it because I'm thinking of it again. I'm running out of steam, guys. This takes a lot out of you. Okay, so thank you for the likes. Thank you, Caroline, for mentioning that. All righty. So is there any other, do y'all think? What do you think? Are there any other scenarios that we have not covered with what could happen on Monday? Let's see. I think you and I are on the same page, on the same wavelength now. I think I know why you sent the email to Carlton, Big Bull 45. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering which email, I don't know which one you may have sent, if it was the Carlton Gmail or the Go Political Gmail, but I will, we got a BSer amongst us. Della, I got to add the thingy, so you can take care of business here. Let's see. There we go. Please, Della, take care of whatever it is that needs to be taken care of. So moving right along, it was Flint, Michigan. Yeah, it's Flint. It's Flint. So what country was he in? Police intimidation should not happen in the U.S. It shouldn't. And you know what? There's one thing that I would like to shoot a video on. Where is the Al Sharpton types? Where is BLM on this? And I'm not saying that from an antagonist standpoint, like, the card-carrying conservative Republicans do. But seriously, where is the black community from around the rest of the United States on this, where we've got a police department that is black run with a black mayor, but they're threatening the lives of people, and people have lost lives as a result of this administration? Where's the outrage throughout the country? I kind of think that we need to see more support from the black community throughout the United States, much in the same way that BLM kicked in for people that, to me, were not like the credible or innocent folks that have been harassed in Dalton. I won't mention the one that they made into a statue who had a much more sketchy background, who did not deserve to have all of the accolades for dying in the hands of the police, but we can get into that another day. All right, moving on with even more comments. Let's see here. Click on the channel name or minimize the chat. You should be able to see the join button. Yes, if you want to join, follow those instructions from Panding Panda. Brian's Welding and Fabrication says, I will be at the meeting Monday with my bulletproof vest on. I'll tell you that much. Wow, dude. So you're going to be at the meeting. Holy smokes, get some video footage for me and I'll share it on a video here on the Go Political channel, Brian. Get at me on email. Let's coordinate. You're in Indiana, right? If I remember correctly from our conversation. So if you are able to go and catch some video footage, please let me know. Lady For Real says at 55, I was about to get my head checked because of the forgetfulness. Girl, I know what you talk about. Especially the names on the tip of your tongue. Or you reverse, if I'm talking to somebody about someone else, I reverse and flip the names. That's crazy stuff. That's just crazy stuff that happens once you get up into this AARP age. Okay, that's just how it goes. All right, let's see. Kifa says the fire alarm will go off and end the meeting. That's a good scenario. Somebody's going to pull the daggone fire alarm. Now, that happened in the Congress, didn't it? At the Capitol? You guys, can you imagine this? Think about this, about how much money is being wasted and spent in Dalton by this regime. Can you imagine how much more exponentially higher amount of money is wasted on the federal level when you take it to the White House? Can you imagine how much more money can be stolen in the form of kickbacks when we're talking defense contracts? Now, in Dalton, all right, in a locality or with a state, you can steal and go crazy, but you can't print money. Imagine what would happen if Mayor Tiffany Henyard had the ability to print money. Can you imagine if Tiffany Henyard could order the Federal Reserve to print money? Oh my God. It would be crazy. Oh my God. She would run them into a billions and billions of dollars. Okay. Billions of dollars of deficit, not in the millions. All right. Let's see what else you guys are thinking here. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. George Zaharoff. He done dropped a 10 bomb all up on our heads. Thank you very much, George Zaharoff, for blessing the Go Political channel and being an official supporter and helping me to defray these very ugly costs. Matt Dykes says, billions missing by the military. You better believe that. Dwayne Mansell says, did you take lead attorney's YouTube class? You know what? It's interesting that you should ask that, Dwayne. And because I was primarily, I made this channel 8 years ago and I never posted a video. And then after watching Lead, and Lead happens to be a Sigma channel, blue and white, which is what this channel is. Watching Lead Attorney, yeah, I was considering purchasing his course. However, which I still might just to do it just to support him. I'd like to just give him $500 and not even use the Fanny discount code because I love the man. But I was thinking about doing it, but I've been doing YouTube for a very long time and I'm actually a teacher trainer, tech trainer. And that's one of the things on my list is to finish my own YouTube course. But I might buy his course to sharpen my course. Who knows? But I absolutely love the Lead Attorney and got several ideas of what to do on my channel with the live streams from being glued to his live streams and watching themselves hour after hour after hour. And I would encourage everybody to watch the Lead Attorney and subscribe. And if you're ever on one of his live streams, tell him that the Go Political channel says hello and gives one of these signs. He'll know what that means. All right. Let's look at more comments, people. Okay. Tiffany Barbie. Did I mention that one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. It says in the second tree scam video, it showed her before Power Days. Yeah. Wish she could have stayed on the good side, which it all might have been a setup, which I think it was. She was playing the role of a good cop. Wow, she absolutely never did have one bit of decency. She was only playing the good cop because she was learning the system and how to rob the system and what to do, all right, when she got there. So she was dogging on the mayor and at the same time was taking notes on how that previous mayor was able to steal from the system and was just reproducing those things for her own benefit, which is pretty amazing. But wait on me for the video where I will draw comparisons between Tiffany Henyard and a computer virus. All right, a computer virus. Okay, so jumping through these comments here. Advocacy Group says he loves the energy. That's right, because this is a good energy channel. Woo! And we are the good energy people.
Yay!
We got to bring it, man. We have to bring energy. And our group energy makes differences and changes the world, much in the same way that you are changing the world. Advocacy CIU, you're a very good influence on people. Della says she would have Keefe put her face in it. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, Della, I might have missed your answer to that last question on whether or not they're going to get paid, if there's going to be payments for people if they don't have that meeting and the trustees vote for the employees of the township or of the village to get their monthly paychecks. All right, moving right along. Let's see what else the other fantastic people have to say here. It's hard for me to read and think at the same time because my brain is at about 5% now. Lead attorney is great, and so is AV to the 7th. And I tell you what, I watch AV every day.
Yay!
And I'm a big fan of hers. I'm proud of her. She reminds me of my daughter. Both of my daughters. I've got one who actually looks like her. My older daughter is very dark skinned and looks like AV in the face. And my younger daughter is very light skinned, but also looks like AV. And she reminds me of my girls. And my older one is the same age. And so I would adopt her as my own. She's just, I love her to pieces. Yeah, Henyard is a virus. Okay, Tony says, I agree. I will. That was a way for the residents to trust that she would do the right thing as a mayor. Yes, it was. It was. She planned that. She was gaining their trust by acting like she was looking out for their best interest. Can Dalton file for bankruptcy? George, right now they cannot. And if I'm not mistaken, it is not within the means of Illinois law or either Cook County law for a village to file for bankruptcy. Now, one option might be to get rid of the charter, all right? In Missouri, you can have your charter taken. We had a town that was generating 95% of their revenue on speeding tickets. They had a speed trap on Highway 54 that goes to the Lake of the Ozarks. It went to the Attorney General's office. That city's charter was taken because there's a law against making tickets the majority of the revenue stream for your town. So that was about 20 years ago, and they revoked that township's charter. That might be a way for them to deal with this. Okay, so if they don't meet on Monday, the trustees will just have another meeting. Okay, thank you very much, Della, for clearing that up for me. Imagine if you just did the right thing for Mayor, Brian says. All the good she could have done and had that $200,000 a year, a job for a long time. I know. How greedy can you be that $200,000 a year is not enough? And then you could have taken that tax revenue and done the same wonderful things for the residents. And then here she is robbing them blind. What is she doing with all that money? She doesn't pay for her own food. She doesn't pay for her hair that she weaves into her nappy little head. She doesn't pay for whatever else that she gets done, or BBL or anything. I didn't say that. She doesn't pay for anything else that she does, and she eats high on the hog. So where's her salary even going? I don't know. But it is sad to think how much good that she could have done with her energy and not completely creating a crime ring. All right. Moving right along. What is the crime? Caroline says. Let's see. What did you mean by that, Caroline? Mara says, George, I mean, if Detroit could get themselves out of the mess that Kwame Kilpatrick did without bankruptcy or loaning bonds, I think Dalton could do the same when Tiffany is out of the same way as Detroit. Yes, and Mara is correct. All right. Yeah, they have a big deficit and a lot of loans, but they'll make it out of it. I mean, it's a village of 20,000. They'll get out of it. It's not the end of the world. This is going to become a long forgotten thing. And once they get things turned around in the right direction, by increasing commerce, letting businesses come in and promoting them instead of taking away, snatching their licenses. Once they get some manufacturing in the area and do economic development, they'll be able to raise more money and things will go well. He's laughing at my comment about the BBL. Thank you, Advocacy, for dropping the 2 bomb. I do appreciate that. Love you too, my brother. I was clowning. All right, let's see. Wow. Also, he says, I missed this comment. Jed has 98,000 followers. 98,000 followers. Wow. Gee whiz. Yeah, everybody likes the pet monkey. People are just in love with the whole pet monkey. I think that's his little thing that really gets him a lot of attention. By the way, guys, we have 271 concurrent viewers. That's just freaking amazing. Totally amazing. So give yourselves a round of applause. Okay. You are to be commended for that. Let's see here. What else do we have going on? 600 per DM. Yeah, I know. I think that's just for traveling after. I do believe that's just for traveling. The Illinois governor only makes $186,000 and she's extracting more than $200,000 and paying her boyfriend $100,000 and Keith Sweat Freeman making $100,000. Imagine all of the $100,000 people she has in her administration from that little village. That's disgusting. It is amazing. So you tell me, when you consider how much money they're paying Tiffany and the goons, that once they're gone, tell me that they're not going to get out of that situation and turn things around. I mean, they're wasting a few million alone just on the damage that Tiffany is doing and how much money they are making. Now, let me scroll up and see what else we have here, for there's some interesting comments. And whoever she's paying $20,000 a month for PR. Right. That it's just doing rotten things. Thank you. The K5 check for $500,000. Advocacy. Get with me on that, because that check I still haven't finished. I made a phone call. I was trying to be like you and investigate, and I called K5 and I had an interesting conversation, and I'm going to go ahead and bust that out on a video. I found out something and want to share it with you and see if you can tell me if what I'm thinking is right. We have another 5 bomb dropped by Advocacy CIU. Thank you very much. He says, yeah, I got a Congo African gray parrot and his name is Bubba. I love it. And the Teram I was in with Jed, everyone would ask about my parrot, and the monkey was fun. Let's give a round of applause for the parrots and the monkey. We love monkeys here. We love them. We love the monkeys. Let's see, all the sham companies. Yeah, Troy, you were right. Remember Troy? She makes $224,000 from the Sham Township. Yeah, and $50,000 for mayor and $25,000 for being the alcohol commissioner. Disgusting. That is so disgusting. What in the world, man? Let's see here. What is it? gopoliticalcarlton@gmail.com. And then it won't get lost in my other Gmail. So she does need to get a better PR team. They're stupid. I always see them in my comments. The trolls have kind of calmed down, because what can they say now? Trying to, cut me down and stuff. It's like, all right, it's obvious that you guys can't lie your way out of this anymore with all these indictments that are going down. They only look stupid when they show up in my comment section. No lawyer and no one wants to be the Dalton lawyer with millions in potential judgments against the village. Yeah, it would be a tough thing. And, again, with Lori volunteering to be hired for that, that's another reason why I agree with the appointment of Lori, because she's willing to be that village attorney. Mara says my oldest son has an African gray parrot, and his name is, I missed it. I got to scroll up and catch that. He speaks Russian. Wow. And his name is Keisha. His name, he got a hood name, y'all. His name is Keisha. Hey, Keisha. Tell Keisha I said, hey, how you doing, Keisha? Let's see. CD away 24. Tiffany money goes to the people that allow her to do this, meaning the money goes up, not down. Okay. Anyone want to know about my 3 dogs? Sure, Lexi say we would, of course, love to know about your 3 dogs. What else do we have? If they start allowing some of these businesses to open, yes, fundraisers would be beneficial, along with other things that they can generate some type of income. Yeah. Now, of course, they do have revenue coming in. The tax revenue is still coming in. They can still get grants, and they're still allocated certain funding from the county and from the state of Illinois. Yeah, when she was shaking down the bars, that was just disgusting. O'Shea Duke Jackson, love his videos. Yeah, showed the stylist he's proud of making her look so good. Holy smokes. So Brian says, Ron G says he's making all of that plus the benefits. 400,000. Yeah, that's probably estimating low. I would say that's estimating low. Lori, a.k.a. Mayor George Jefferson, needs to be held accountable. Okay, that's the laugh of the day. Oh my gosh, Lori Lightfoot as George Jefferson. We are moving on up. Thank you very much. You must be close to my age. Yeah, they do owe $33 million in one judgment, and I think what are they going to be settling on a lot of those cases, because they got to know that they're not going to get that $33 million. Lightfoot is not the village attorney. That's true. This is an independent investigation. She hasn't been appointed as that. We do realize that. But if there's anyone who would be willing to step forward while they're in such a deep pit, they may as well have Lori do that, since she has been hired as an investigator, and we're not going to beat that dead horse again. What else do we have here? Scrolling through the comments, Joshua Lawson says, what's up? How is everyone doing? And we are good. What is up to you? Yay! Thank you very much. John Luna says his wife named Keisha. Okay then. Keisha is his wife. I have a good friend whose name is Keisha, and my wife's sorority sister's name is Keisha. They happen to be in the Zeta Phi Beta sorority. So that is my good friend Keisha. And then I also have another Keisha who lives in Kansas City. It's a very common name in the black community, Keisha. Ron G says that Vegas trip did trip hen yard up. Yes. Tiffany Hoodrat hen yard. Oh man, I'm telling you what, that, and the stupidity. I don't understand the stupidity. I don't understand the brazenness, like her coming out with that post and, trolling everybody and saying to all you clowns, fake news. And when I do the video about the computer virus, it's going to give you a little bit more insight to her saying fake news to everything that is happening. She's going to be sitting in jail saying fake news. Okay. I'll betcha. Yeah, Texas. John Luna, a message from Caroline to John Luna saying that she loves Texas, and her entire family comes from Sherman, 15 minutes from the Oklahoma border. And she's in Ohio. Shout out to Caroline, because my wife is from Ohio, and my daughter is in the Dallas area. So I'm down there a lot, a whole lot. I love the great state of Texas. Yay! Shout out to the great state of Texas. We love you. Woo! So advocacy says Lightfoot is great for the taxpayers of Dalton, just like Lightfoot's wife. If you know, you know. All right. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to take his word for it, because advocacy CIU is there. I'm not. And a lot of people from around the world want to make these assumptions and bold statements claiming that they know it all, and you don't. I've given my opinion, and I call it just that, an opinion, because I'm not there. I might be from Chicago and have friends and family there, but I'm not there. I don't know the details. And obviously somebody who was there at ground zero, they know a little bit more. So if I hear advocacy CIU say that she's great for the taxpayers. Well, I know he's probably speaking as an authority or knowing in the know. We'll say it that way. Della got the best seat in the house at the meeting. Hi, I love your channel. Yes, Della has a fantastic channel. Yeah, Zeta Phi Beta. Yeah, we got the blue house here, the blue and white house. I'll have to show some of my Zeta Phi Beta Sigma paraphernalia. We still have some stuff. And my wife has a tattoo that commemorates this thing I made for her when we first met. And I carved out a thing after she went over in Jello that says Zeta Sigma Love. So I'll have to show you all that sometime or post a picture of it. That's why she doesn't do interviews. She can't answer questions on the spot. She needs to prepare her lies. Okay. I'm going to leave that one alone. We don't want to get into a back and forth about that because we have moved on from that topic anyway. We are talking about what's going to happen on Monday. And then I wanted to tell you a sneak preview of some things that are coming up. Topics that I'm going to be hitting on. I did do a video talking about the illegal immigration thing that is happening in the South Chicago neighborhood where I was born and raised. And lots of comments, but not a lot of people that were plugged into that. But there are some similarities to that in the situation that is going down in Dalton. So I'm going to be doing future videos on that. And some other stuff that I'm going to touch on is this whole, within the black community, we have people that will dog out other people because of their political views and the fact that they are not a part of the normal political opinions. And then there are certain names that are given, and I'm going to cover that, this ongoing fight that goes on within the black community. All right. And then as we get closer to the election, I'm going to start talking about Donald Trump and Biden, and then getting into some of the federal issues, because I see a lot of back and forth where people are mentioning Trump and some different things, and we haven't delved into that yet, but I do see people sneaking in the comments saying things along those lines. So that's coming up. That's coming up. Ron G said we just need to do our research, and when we find out the truth, when we do our research and we try to find out the truth, and it ain't the truth, we need to research again because we got to find the right truth. That's the truth, okay? Because we know y'all doing a lot of snitching. Y'all doing a lot of snitching out there, and she got her receipts on ice. They're right there in the freezer on ice, okay? They ready. She about ready to pull out them, receipts up on that ice. She gonna present them frozen right there in the court. Dwayne says, what about us poor white folk? Well, Dwayne, I will certainly include you in on that. You will not be left out, I promise you. I have lots of topics. And even the black on black topics will involve white people, because you're going to get to learn about some of the things that are racially biased from within the black community. Because Della was even talking on her channel once about how we have stereotypes and discrimination from within the black community. I'll definitely be hitting on those things. Yes, indeed. Brian Donovan is asking someone if Amy Eshelman is the name of the person who has the handle Brian Donovan. That's interesting. Obama is the wife. Big Mike is the I'm not gonna read. I'm not gonna read the rest of that one. Okay. Joshua Lawson says, Ron G, we're supposed to just accept her truth as if we all have personal truths. No, Tiff, the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. Okay? Y'all already know. All right. What else do we have here? Any other comments? CD Away says, it's not about color, it's about character. And 100% on that, I will agree with you there. It's about the character, and we got advocacy. CIU dropping another 2-bomb up in the house. Amy Eschliman is Lori Lightfoot's wife. Okay, all right. I didn't know that at all. I've seen pictures of Lori's wife, but I was not aware of what Lori's wife's name is. And, I will just mention, going back to that, even though, and we've beaten this dead horse, I would disagree with a lot of policy things by Lori. But I'm not going to go there with you people that are saying that Lori is corrupt. Lori's not corrupt. Where's the evidence of that? Okay. And again, I might be biased because, my wife knowing that family, and I believe my wife's cousin Allison was in the same grade or a year younger and might have hung around Lori a little bit. And, it just wasn't anything that my wife picked up on. That's a quality family. She comes from a good upbringing. She doesn't come from people that would have a reason to steal. Sorry, guys. So we're just, that's why I'm not going to go there and sit and entertain or let people implicate or try to give the impression that Lori Lightfoot is stealing or, would be corrupt like Tiffany, the hood rat hen yard. Okay. We know that the hood rat is the one doing all the stealing. All that stealing, just like all them out there doing a lot of snitching. I could watch that snitching comment like 1,000 times. It's just too much fun. What else is going on here? Is the meeting going to be held in the Parks building? And if so, can they all get in? Good question, Tiffany. I don't know where the meeting will be. So some of you who are at Ground Zero, let me know. Does anyone think that Delgado will show up on Monday, or will there be another empty chair? I'm going to vote for empty chair, but Caroline says he'll be there. Okay. All right. I stand corrected. Moving right along. What else do we have here? Getting noticed with Nikki says she was not just a good mayor. She wasn't just a good mayor. Well, what else was she? It's like I was just kind of left hanging on that statement. Advocacy CIU drops another 2-bomb. Yeah, I know. I think I've got, advocacy. I think I've gotten in trouble because when I say hood rat in the comments, I think like YouTube gets me into trouble. And I even got a 24-hour ban once because I was calling her a hood rat. But you know what? Sometimes you got to call a hood rat. Okay, you just got to call him like you see him. And the girlfriend is a hood rat. That's what she is. Hood rat, hooch mama. Let's see. Trina says he ain't finna be nowhere. He resigned. That's what I would have thought. But he might be there because he's probably wanting to collect the check. He probably would be like, B, better have my money. Yeah, Ron, the coming up meeting is going to be interesting, even if it happens. After seeing the most recent township meeting, she seems worn down, and she did seem a little worn down. That last township meeting was a lot more low-key, even though she had her paid supporters there. And it was interesting. What's that one Nino Brown thug guy who used to beat his wife, who spoke again at that township meeting, who's backing off now? It's kind of funny. Tito, whatever his name is. Somebody post the name because I can't think of it. But it looks like he has removed a lot of stuff from his Facebook page where he was supporting Tiffany because now it's obvious. Lexi Shea says Eshelman worked in the U.S. House of Representatives. I did not know that. Brian says she was a tough prosecutor, wasn't ever accused of any type of crime. I think that you're right. And you got to remember, big cities have powerful people making strong recommendations to their mayor. So you play ball or you don't play ball. All right. That is true. I was today years old when I added. I've never heard that word either, Caroline. That's the first time I've heard it. Lexi says she was a terrible mayor. Going on. Caroline says, I don't know for a fact, but I heard on someone's stream that he has a commitment to the meeting, but I have zero inside knowledge. It's interesting. Thank you, Joshua. T.O. Hardiman. Man, just watching those videos. And shout out to, I forgot to mention, Hannibal is hungry. His channel, I love Hannibal. That young man is amazing and is doing an outstanding job. And I think within a year or two, Hannibal's going to have 500,000 subs. I'm surprised he doesn't already. He's got like 50 some odd thousand. After seeing the video he did covering Tio, I'm like, oh man, Tio is a Tiffany himself. He's just a computer virus, okay? A computer virus. It's just sad that we've got those types of people that are out there, and it's sad that we vote these types of people into power. There's a video I saw today by Nate the Lawyer. Go look at the video Nate the Lawyer did on the lady in Florida that got voted into power, a known criminal who got voted into power, and what she did after getting voted into power by taking advantage of a 95-year-old woman. I won't tell the story. You got to go watch the video. Nate the Lawyer. Go check him out and then let him know that I sent you. Trina doesn't think he's coming. The board going to put Odelson in front of everyone as village attorney. Okay, interesting. I did not know that. All right, Joshua Lawson says, I love calling T.O. out. He never responds, though, and he's not going to because he's the same as Tiffany. He's a computer virus. He is a virus, and he's not going to get, it's not going to register. They don't hear certain things. They are put here to do bad things and to turn everything into turmoil and to deflect attention away when they are being called out and put on Front Street. Della says Trina Downs. That's when the 29 will start talking. I would agree with Della on that point. And yes, thank you, Mara. He deleted all the Tiffany support on his Facebook page. How disgusting. How disgusting is that? It's disgusting. Uh-oh, y'all. We got a tin bomb dropped all up on our heads. Round of applause for John Luna. Remember John Luna, who is up in the house, who says, great live tonight, Mr. Carlton. Wishing you the best on the channel. Love your content and your commentary. Keep up the great work. Thank you, John. You the man, John, not me. You the man. I appreciate your support. So put y'all go ahead and drop that thumbs up on my man John's super chat right there. There should be more than 3 thumbs up on that super chat. Throw up that thumb for my man John. All right. Lightfoot was their footstool, Big Low says. Okay. Advocacy says, I'm glad you're out here doing this. You got a vibe that people can vibe with. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I'm glad that I'm vibing with y'all. I'm all about finding the common ground. And that's one thing that makes me unique is that I can say, okay, conservatives and liberals or Democrats or Republicans, blacks and whites, those who are for and against, let's find that common ground and let's work together so we can do productive things. All right, Mrs. J said no, he still has a post supporting her. Oh, interesting. But there were quite a bit of, maybe he didn't find that post. Maybe that's one that he forgot to delete. Yes, Tiffany, Nate the Lawyer has excellent stuff on this topic. Excellent stuff. Joshua says, I can't believe how brazen Lacey is and his goons. Yes, it is amazing. They have reached a new level of disgusting, a new low, and it is just shocking to see this going on. This is like the Truman Show, guys. The movie, if you remember the Truman Show, type Truman Show in the comments as Advocacy drops another 2 bomb. Yes, sir. Let's buy a host of coffee, he says, and he will match. Wow. Advocacy is willing to match if you buy me a cup of coffee. And I don't know how to check up on that while I'm on the live stream. So if you bought a cup of coffee for me, please type bought. And I will know. So thank you very much. Yes, Truman Show. There we go. Couple people typing Truman Show. This is just like the Truman Show. And the only difference is the star of the Truman Show was a good person with a genuine heart who wanted to do right. Whereas the star of the Dalton Show, the star is a virus, is a disgusting person, a sociopath, and a narcissist. So it's just the opposite. Kirk Morgan says, I hate all you YouTubers. I can't stop watching the Dalton news. Oh my gosh. Ain't that the truth, man? I'm telling you what, it's addictive. It's addictive. I look for Dalton news every day, and every time somebody has a news story, I'm the first one to watch. Dalton must be full of old people. Why do you say that? Do a show on the people that ran the state of Illinois, the Chicago City Club. I will look into that, Big Low. I will look into that. All right. What else do we have here? Our common ground is being Americans, period, and sick of the racism. I'll agree with that. Now, racism is human nature because it's based on biases, which is human nature, and the biases are created because it's a survival thing, all right? So we're not ever going to end racism, but we have to accept the fact that this is built into the human brain, our limbic system, all right? The limbic system is the flight or fight portion of the brain. And so in caveman days, you had to be able to recognize those of a color. Birds of a feather flock together. People who didn't talk like you or look like you could possibly be someone who would want to saw off your head and serve you for dinner. And so we had to have protective mechanisms, which was built into the limbic system, which would also cause you to run whenever a saber-toothed tiger jumped from the bushes. So from a very young age, you have biases, and many of those are cultural biases. So because of the cultural biases that are built deep within our brains, that are formed at a very young age that we can never get rid of, we have to understand that there will be an amount of racism. But what we try to do is recognize our cultural biases and manage them. We can't erase them. You can't take an eraser and get rid of those cultural biases that are in your brains. You have to manage them. And I will do a video, if you guys remind me, that tells the story of my cultural biases that I have. All right. I've got one that caused me to have a negative reaction towards a certain race of a person, a certain gender of a certain age group, because it was connected to very bad memories that I had as a child. Okay. Shannon Ward. I'm trying to scroll up. Dang it. I'm still learning how to use this crazy thing at the same time while I'm doing a live stream. Shannon says we're almost the same age, and I so enjoy your content. That laugh track alone takes me back. Yes, indeed. I love the laugh track, and I'm going to keep it no matter what anybody says about taking away the laugh track. We're keeping it. As old folks like us, we love it. All that ill-gotten gain going to be spent in legal defense. Yeah, probably so. My favorite number advocacy group. My favorite number is 7 because I was born on August the 7th, with 1967. And for some weird reason, it's like always been my favorite number. It's kind of odd. And of course, 7 kind of goes into 777, which has significance, and so does 888. So 8 comes after 7 because 8 is the 8th month, which is August. So all my life, 7. We're gonna go with 7. John, what's up, good? My brother John says. Joshua said that. Shouting out Joshua or shouting out John. Let's see, what else do we have? I agree with you, Mara, talking about John Luna. He has been very supportive and is a very intelligent and kind man. Babies don't see color, so how is it built in? Let me explain to you, CDA Way 24. A baby doesn't have that built in. What I meant was you people, okay? Wait a minute. You people That was a joke. I had to put the laugh track there because I'm just joking when I say that. You adults who are watching this, including you, it's built in for you. I didn't mean it was built in from birth, okay? It's built in from your childhood experiences. It's burned into your brain, okay? Now, I have studied this for years, and I've taught this for 20 to 30 years, so I'm pretty confident about what I'm saying about this, and it's true. And I do a demonstration where I show beyond the shadow of a doubt that everyone, I've had a conference room full of 500 people, and I did this experiment, and I showed where every one of the 500 people in the room that they all harbor cultural biases without a shadow of a doubt. And after I do the demonstration, which is hilarious, and I have them all rolling on the floor laughing, every single person in the room agreed with me that we all have cultural biases burned into our minds that were put there at a very young age. But more on that later, okay? Because that comes with a whole nother. I've got a whole presentation for you. I could do a video about it. Let me catch up. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Brian Donovan, buy me a cup of coffee on Ko-Fi. Oh, he's sharing the link. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for that. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Advocacy CIU group is just absolutely clowning tonight. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me get out the song because he deserves to be given the respect of a royal member and supporter of this stream. In fact, I'm going to have to crown you as the king because you have now donated more than anyone else in the stream this evening. So please help me in giving a round of applause to the new royalty, the stream queen, Advocacy CIU, who has just donated 5 more memberships and then turned around and gifted another one on top of that and another one on top of that, bringing up the total to my favorite number 7. Yay! Oh my goodness. I knew he had something up his sleeve and he done dropped another 2 bomb. Oh my goodness. For my favorite number 7. Thank you so very much, Advocacy CIU. I can't thank you enough. Wow, that you're blowing me away, man. And let his giving be an example because giving changes the world. It does. You know, it's just like tithes and offerings. It ain't going to do nothing but come back and bless him tenfold. And who knows where he's going to be blessed, where it's going to come from, but he's going to get hit right back in his face for this tenfold. I'm telling you, I mean, it's going to be massive. The blessings that he's going to have for all of this giving. So everyone who just received one of the 7, yay! Which is my favorite number, memberships, please give him a thank you and God bless. And put 7-fold in the comments. I want you to put 7-fold in the comments because he's going to get blessed 7-fold. Kirk Morgan has a good one. Being Tiff's cellmate would be cruel. Being Tiff's cellmate would be cruel. An unusual punishment. Holy God. God Almighty, I can't imagine that. Oh, man. Joshua Lawson says, I typed that all wrong. We all see color. I didn't see what you typed wrong, but to say differently is just asinine. Yes, that is correct. John Lawson, remember Joshua. I'm sorry. Joshua Lawson, that is correct. We should just not treat people poorly, simply off color. That is true. And so while we can admit that we are all born with the brain that is wired to harbor cultural biases, right? Because of the limbic system and how the brain works, we have to learn how to manage them. Della says, let me read Della's comment. Della says, Billy, you would dare go on someone's channel and tell them what to cover. I'm glad. You go, girl. You go, girl. Tell him. Okay. Tell him. I don't even know who Billy is or what he says. Gosh, or was that about, not being born? Was he talking about that? Oh, thank you very much. I tell you what, now this is amazing. We got advocacy dropping a 2-bomb. Even when something is going wrong, he is donating money to tell me when my camera is blurry. Let's give him a round of applause because, see, usually people want to, let me fix the camera. Let's do that because that's how I can make it go from blurry to clear. Thank you, Advocacy CIU. Let's make this perfectly clear. I want you to type clear in all caps. In thanks for advocacy, stating that my camera was blurry. He has helped everyone to have a good live stream experience. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you, sir. I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? CDA Way 24, if I biased my brain on color. Well, no, you didn't bias it. No. That you wouldn't trust any black people. Okay. What I'm trying to say, you don't do it on purpose. You don't know when it's happening, CDA. So what's going on is you have experiences as a child. You know what? Even as an infant, if there's abuse going on, there's biases that are being burned into the brain and protection mechanisms that are happening from the standpoint of what the limbic system is there to do. Okay. It's not like you put racial biases in there on purpose. No. We'll just go ahead and walk away from that one. Back to the meeting. Thank you, Barbie. Tiffany Barbie. I wonder if they will have to put it at the bigger place. Yes. Yeah, advocacy. Yes. Let's see here. Let me just move on. Let's see. We got Ron G coming in from Wisconsin. That's cool. Shout out to Wisconsin, just north of Milwaukee. I've been up there before. Here we go. You are perfect. It really feels like we are hanging out. Yeah, it does, man. We just hanging out with the crew, with the Go Political crew. This is our community that we are building. Yay! Yes, sir. We are the Go Political community. Woo! All right. We know what's up. Ron G says either Trump or Obama. Well, I tell you what. Ron G, I have not done an Obama for quite some time or yet in this live stream. So if there's something you'd like me to say in the Barack Obama voice, I can get that done for you. Now let me share a couple of other Go Political facts with you as it relates to Barack Hussein Obama. Did you know that Barack Hussein Obama attended college with my first cousin? That's right. The first cousin of Go Political, Carlton Flowers. The first cousin attended, I believe it was Occidental, with Barack Hussein Obama. Now, I don't want to infer that my cousin was a good friend. That's not what I'm trying to tell you here. She did not know him in a personal first name basis. Don't get me wrong. However, I will tell you this. While I lived in the city of Chicago, my cousin's father, the Honorable Uncle Bob, that's who I call him, Uncle Bob, Bob Moore, was a personal friend of Barack Obama and used to see him at the grocery store and help Barack Obama when he was running for United States Senate. So he was a person who was on a first name basis. Now, I don't agree with a lot that Barack Obama does. I voted for him once, but I'm not a supporter of a lot of his viewpoints and policies. Let me give a shout out to Advocacy CIU, who has just dropped 2 bomb in the chat because apparently he is a fan of my Barack Obama impersonation. Oh, okay. So, Allergic, I got a request here, so I will have to honor this correct of a single black woman. A single black woman they beating and attacking on a single black woman in power. Y'all black, y'all black. Don't y'all know y'all black? Y'all should be singing to y'all shit. I hate it when she said, y'all are black, instead of you all are black. That's the translated version for the Caucasians in the house. Shout out to all my Caucasians. Yay! I love you guys. The hood rat version is y'all are black. Y'all are black. Okay, so I speak hood rat, and I speak the standard King's English. Okay, I speak everyone's language. What else do we have here? Della says, I'd be going stupid on Tiffany. I'm going to do a video pretty soon where I'm going to do a lot more of that, and it's just for fun. I don't feel sorry for her because she's a virus. This is not a human being that has a soul. It's a virus. Advocacy, thank you very much. Advocacy says that he's going to buy me a cup of coffee. Okay? That's me drinking. That's him pouring it. Did y'all hear it? Let me pour it again. That's Advocacy pouring me a cup of coffee. Thank you very much, Advocacy, for the coffee in advance. Yeah, Madtown TV, that video. I don't know if I showed that on that first video I did. She sued for defamation? Huh. I didn't know that. But yeah, she made that statement. It was in a meeting, though. I don't think she meant that. It wasn't intended to be broadcast all over the world. But she was talking with the Italians, and I think was talking in mafia voice. That's one thing I can probably bet you is that, when in Rome, she will definitely talk to the Romans as the Romans. Yes, Joshua. Yeah, she was pretty much talking to, there was a big fight going on, and you just have to watch that video that talks about her mayoral the whole 4 years, and she was basically in a match with some men that were attacking her, and she said, okay, I've got, the biggest thing, the biggest dangalang. She said this woman had the biggest thing. She had the biggest thing in Chicago, so hey. But anyway, I think it was because, the context of that, she was talking to some men that were probably gangsters. So that's what was going on there. Lexi, don't ever pretend to know what others are about or the life they have lived based upon race, unless you can jump in under their skin. And that's true. You just don't know. So Brian Donovan, thanks for the coffee, guys. There's Brian Donovan. Member Brian Donovan buying me a cup of coffee. Thank you so much. Give him a round of applause. I appreciate that cup of coffee. Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. And advocacy group has matched that cup of coffee. He's pouring me more. There's advocacy. You hear it? He's pouring me more. He's filling my cup. Thank you. I'm drinking it now. That's good. Beetlejuice versus Lil Wayne. Yeah, that'd be a heck of a rap contest right there. I can't wait for the virus video because I wonder if she was raised differently. What happened was, I don't know how she was raised. She probably was raised in a family or situation that, similar upbringing that African Americans or black folks. But I think what the difference was within her raising was some type of abuse and serious trauma. Okay. And I think that trauma happened to her when she was, we're talking 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And I'll explain to you why when I do that video. All right. I just still hope or something that she could have turned out better. Yeah, no. And it's too late now. I don't think you can fix it. As Dr. Phil, I do a mean Dr. Phil impersonation. I won't do it tonight because I haven't practiced it. I did a whole presentation for this Leadership Academy and did the Dr. Phil show, had a bald wig on, the mustache. I had the whole bit, had all his lines down, and I had an entire show as Dr. Phil. But Dr. Phil said that he can't even fix a narcissist, and he's a clinical psychologist. It's above his pay grade, he said. That could be yours. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is mocked mercilessly for running bizarre at-home vaccination raffle with a very random $826 cash prize. I don't know anything about that, so I can't speak to that. Let's see. Was it her? I don't know. I do not know. Ron G says, you're right. She's definitely a virus. Sad, though. Never wish jail on anyone, and I don't either. But what else would be a good outcome? Restitution, the rest of her life. Where is she hiding the burlap bags of cash? And the thing is, she might be. And the only thing that we know that can be done with her, with the way she does things, is a correctional institution. That's the only facility that's equipped to deal with her because she is a menace to society. Just like, you wouldn't take a serial killer and say, oh, we can rehabilitate this person. No, they're done. And an institution is the place that they're going to have to be kept for the protection for people's best interest. And I don't think that Tiffany can be let out. I would say that, life sentence would be the only way that you can deal with an individual like that because she's going to do it again. Shout out to me. Thank you. Get into the business. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. Get into the business. Yay! I appreciate the kind words. Della says, I think she's just playing. Comes from a family of criminals. Yeah. She definitely comes from a family of criminals. And like I said, I'll add to that, that it's deep childhood trauma and the fact that these criminals live a certain way and have a certain mentality. And then you got the trauma of being raised up by them. And then what do you end up with? You end up with a monster like this, a virus. The way she speaks to people, blatant disrespect and all of that, it makes you want to see her punished and go down. But the interesting thing is, it's like this. You can't be mad at a computer virus because it doesn't have a soul. It doesn't have an identity. It doesn't have any self, what do you call it? The way you see yourself. What's the word? I can't pull it out of my mind. But at any rate, she can't realize her bad deeds. She can't, self-awareness. That's what I'm looking for. There's no self-awareness. So really, we're all losers. The community is the biggest losers because there's no getting back at her. You can't. There's no getting even with her because it's not built in her to even receive retribution. It's a virus. Okay? Moving right along. What else do we have here? Tiffany Barbie says, narcissist, more on that, please. I would like to direct you to my prior videos. There are several. In fact, the first video I did was called Dealing with Narcissistic Leaders, and I did that for the Dalton trustees. And then there's several more that you need to watch, specifically the one that explains the DARVA technique that narcissists use to gaslight people. So please check out those prior videos. If you have not, I've got it all laid out there, and I think you will enjoy my research that I provide you in those videos. But yeah, she's always offering to educate us for free. You know, when she says, y'all do y'all research, y'all ain't researched enough. When she says that, she doesn't believe it. It's a tape recorder. That's a tape recorder playing, giving a canned answer in response to what you do when you're accused of something that you did wrong. So she doesn't believe that. If it was something that she did believe, she would know not to tell you that, because if you do your research, you're going to find out that she's lying. Okay? So that's proof that she's a virus. This is a mind virus. And those things that come out of her mouth, she doesn't believe. You know, when she says, y'all black, y'all beating on, attacking on a black woman, and y'all should be ashamed that y'all said. She doesn't even believe that. And like when she said, Martin Luther King had a dream, and I'm that dream. She doesn't believe the words that come out of her mouth, because it's a virus. It's a tape recorder. You can't make logic and reason. Oh, golly Wally. Yeah, shame on the waste of a compelling personality. And I agree, Tiffany Barbie. Even though she's a hood rat, she is a very compelling personality and has amazing energy, and she's a magnet. She attracts people. Kirk Morgan, I'm from Detroit. Tiffany makes Kwame Kilpatrick look like a choir boy, and that says a lot, because Kirk would know. Okay, and shout out to you, Kirk, from the D-Town. Yay! Word up, man. Big up to the Lions and the Tigers. Yay! And Bears, oh no! Yay! Well, that would be an oh my. My mother's side of the family comes from Detroit, and I spend every summer there, so I love my Detroit people. Still have family all over Detroit. Let's see. We're losing brain cells just listening to her talk. Yes, Ron G. I can't stand listening to her talk for more than just like 60 seconds at a time. And your wife said she's sick of hearing her voice. That is hilarious. That is so hilarious. It's hard when I'm doing research to have to listen to her. Thank you, Advocacy, for encouraging people to buy coffee for me. I do appreciate that. And dropping another 2-bomb up on my head. Advocacy, CIU says. She always says 22-0. Oh, that's right, y'all. I'm 22. I'm 22-0. That's just the stupidest, dumbest thing. Can't even say I'm 22-0, much less that those cases aren't done and that she's going to lose every single one of them. The only case she won was when the crooked Delgaldo group overturned the recall on the technicality, which was very sad. It was very sad indeed. Brian says, Mrs. J, don't say anything about her looks. I talked about her manual. He talked about her man unit. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you can't argue with ignorance or arrogance. And Tiffany is both. She's a virus. What else do we have? Let's see. Catching up on some of these. Joshua Carlton, we were talking about that in the comments the other day. Yes, we were. Yes, indeed. You know what? Okay. Caroline says, I got to check out. My eyeballs are fighting me. And you know what? I was just about to say she must be reading my mind, because my eyeballs are fighting me too. Let's give a big round of applause for Caroline, all of the mods here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. And this was a very fantastic line stream. I'm about to drop over. Mara said, and the way she was asking Kiana, but did you win one? I know. That just, that triggers me. It just absolutely triggers me. So stay tuned, people. Please stay tuned. We have some fantastic things that are coming your way. the videos that I have for you, boy, oh boy, they're going to be something. So look for those things. They're coming soon. We are going to end this live stream on a top note with the best community out there in the YouTube sphere. And yes, sir, we can stay chatting and supporting for a little bit as the music continues. However, I would like to say good night to all. I love you all. I am thanking everyone here for the super thanks, the super chats, for all the coffee, the donations, and supporting the stream. You are amazing. You are completely amazing. And I'm here to serve you up some of the best live stream experience that is out there. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless. I love you all. Carlton is out. Let me do that. I tried to cut myself out and it didn't happen. Okay, let's try it one more time. Carlton is out.